When we look at learning a new skill like double unders, one of the most important things we can do is make sure that whatever rope we're practicing with is always the same rope. You want to have that consistency. If you show up every day and you just pull one off the rack, all the jump ropes have a different weight to the handles, a different spin to them. The cables fly just a little bit differently. And so having that inconsistency will lead to a lot of disruptions while you're learning this new movement. So one of the most important things you can do is start off and get your own rope and use that one while you practice. Me personally, I like the Rogue SR1. I've been using this rope for the last 5 years, and I'm just really used to the weight and the spin on it. As for the length, if you stand on it with both feet, it should come up to about the middle or bottom of your ribs, about right here. If it comes up too short, you might have a hard time clearing on the backside. If it's too long, it'll end up hitting the ground in front of you and bouncing right into your feet. So you want to make sure that you're somewhere in that, within that range. And like I said, if I stand on it with both feet, it should come up to about the bottom of my ribs right here. To warm up for double unders, I've laid out 10 cones, and each of them is about one pace in front of the next. When you go through these movements, body position is going to be really important. So we want to make sure we're setting the central nervous system up properly. So we're going to start by pinning our ankles together. Put a slight bend in your knees. Make sure your chest is up the entire time. And make sure your arms are totally relaxed. And as you go through these progressions, make sure that while you're hopping through that your heels do not touch the ground. So as we're moving, slight bend in the knees, our chest is up, and we're just going to hop through just like this. The first time through, we're going to start by getting in that proper position, ankles pinned, chest up, slight bend in the knees, the heels up off the ground. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by jumping in between the gaps of each of the cones. So you just go through at a very steady tempo, make sure it's consistent, that it's not fast, slow, that it's very steady all the way through. So it should look something like this. Once we've gone through the double leg twice, now we're going to switch over to single leg. Now with the single leg, some of those rules are a little bit different. Your arms, you can do whatever you have to do to make sure you keep your balance. Your back leg, either in front of you, behind you, doesn't really matter. Try to keep the chest up slightly in front. And as you go through them, try to keep your heel up off the ground. But you're still going to do the same thing. You're still going to jump in between the gaps of each of the cones. After you've done the left side, then you can switch over to the right side. Same thing. Chest slightly forward, arms and tread leg used for balance. Try to keep your heel off the ground. Once you've gone through those movements twice each, so twice with the double leg, twice left leg, twice right leg, then we'll switch over to our last element. Now, those first three parts were meant to prepare you for this one. This one right here is the one that's really going to prepare your central nervous system for double unders. So we get back into that original position, our chest is up, our ankles are pinned, slight bend in the knees, arms are relaxed. And this time I'm actually going to line up on the side of the cone instead of in the gaps. When I do my jumps, I'm going to zigzag. So I'm going to jump across to the next cone, and then across and back and forth and back and forth. While you're doing this, slow your tempo down, stay in control. Heels up off the deck and the chest is up, arms are relaxed. So once we've gone through all of those movements, now our body's warmed up and ready for double unders. And that last exercise, the zigzag, that's the most important one. That's the one that's going to send the central nervous system and the muscles and get everything ready for that same tempo. That zigzagging tempo is a little bit slower than when you're jumping in the gaps. And that zigzag tempo is going to be the exact same tempo that your body uses with the double unders. So now we have our ropes, and we're going to talk a little bit about our positioning. So just like everything else we did in the warm-up, we want to make sure we keep our chest up, slight bend in the knees, and our ankles are pinned together. Your arms, your hands want to be about waist height, and they want to line up somewhere very close to your midline. So about right here, so your elbows will pull back just a little bit. Now as we're doing them, you want to make sure that you're staying totally relaxed through your neck, your shoulder, all the way down to your elbows. The reason being is as we're doing our double unders, if our arms get tense, it brings the rope up higher and higher. And eventually it'll happen, it'll catch your feet while you're jumping. By keeping your hands at waist height, you want to make sure that it passes under every time. Close to the midline is going to be really important. If the hands get too far in front of you, when the rope bounces on the ground, it's going to jump right back into your feet. If it's too far behind you, say if your hands are back here, as the rope comes down, it'll have a tendency to catch your feet right there. So you want to stay close to the midline as possible, so when it does hit the ground and bounces, it bounces and passes underneath you. So now we have our ropes and we're ready to start practicing the double unders. When we start, we want to make sure that we do one single, just to get the momentum and the tension in the rope. One single just to get the rope moving, and then go into your double unders. If we sit there and we go single, 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 trying to remember what it was that the coach said, okay, single, 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 hands at the side, single, 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 okay, let me try it, ready, go, shit, I missed. What happens is when you try all those singles, single, 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 your central nervous system adapts to that tempo and that timing. And what happens is you try to force the double, most likely you're going to miss. So you want to do one single just to get the rope moving, and then go into your doubles from there. Now, if you're new to this, you want to start by working on getting your first double under. Just one and one only. So you don't have to get crazy with this and start aiming for 50. Just work on getting your first double under. So one single to get the rope moving, get that tension in it, and then attempt your double under. Once you get to the point where you can get the first double under on command, then you work on getting two of them back to back. Once you've got two, then work on three. And build from there higher and higher and higher. So each one is going to add just a few more. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 10, and so on and so on. If you set your goal on 30 right away, but you're still trying to get two of them strung together, you're going to get really discouraged pretty quick. So set smaller goals to break down those big goals. So now we're ready to put the double unders into our actual workout. So everything still applies. Ankles are pinned, slight bend in the knees, your chest is up. Hands waist height, close to your midline. So that's all we have today for double unders. I hope this video helps you. Comment down below and let me know how you're progressing.